Welcome back to Manhattan Center in New York City as we get set for more action on Broadway Boxing. Sam Rosen, Tony Page, Brian Adams, and light heavyweights heading for the ring. That is Darian Johnson, the very unorthodox Darian Johnson. Tony, you had a chance to talk with him. Tell us a little about him.
He likes to throw the left hook. He's also said it. When I asked the fighter, what's your style, he said, I'm unorthodox, so expect everything.
Okay.
Make my job real easy.
Coming in from Louisville, Kentucky.
Muhammad Ali town.
That's right. And he trains at Muhammad Ali Gym in Louisville. And he'll be going against the local product. Well, actually, a guy who's moved here from Maine and then Tennessee, Kevin Cruz, who's 2-0. As we await the entrance of Kevin Cruz, who moved to New York to get some experience. There he is.
He's actually a very
26
good
years
fighter.
old. Go ahead, Brian.
I'm sorry. He's actually a very good fighter. I seen him working out this past summer down in the Church Street Gym. Very, very, very intelligent fighter.
Grew up in Maine, moved to Tennessee, and fought as an amateur there, but came to New York to get the exposure. He's 26 years old, a little late getting going in his pro career, Tony.
He was going to fight in, he tried out for the New Contenders, that new series, but didn't like the contract, so here he is.
All right, we are set for boxing action, and so is Greg Dubin. Let's get the introductions to this bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to DeBella Entertainment and HD Net's Broadway Boxing, presented by Mohegan Sun from the Grand Ballroom at Manhattan Center. Tonight's fights are promoted by DeBella Entertainment and sponsored by Turner Construction and HBO Sports. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. Chairman in attendance tonight, Ron Scott Stevens. The three judges scoring this bout on the 10-point must system, John McKay, Fred Ucci, and Bob Gilson. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, David Fields. And now, 4 rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing yellow with black stripes. He weighed in officially at 176 pounds with a professional record consisting of 3 wins and 4 losses, all of his wins coming by way of knockout. From Louisville, Kentucky, Darian Kool-Aid Johnson. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing black with white stripes. He weighed in officially at 174.25 pounds. His professional record consists of 2 wins and no losses, 1 win coming by way of big knockout. Hailing from Manhattan, New York, Kevin Cruz.
I have to stay there, B. Okay. All right, listen to me. You scheduled to box 4 rounds. You both know the rules. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
David Fields, the referee, with the final instructions. Kevin Cruz's last fight was in February. Darian Johnson, though, a losing record at 3-4. Those 3 wins, Brian, they kind of open your eyes when you see 3 knockouts.
Yeah, stuck out to me. 3 knockouts and 3 wins, which means one of 2 things. He's going to knock you out or he's not winning.
Scheduled for 4.
If Cruz is on his game, he'll be working the jab. He says that's what he likes to use, and he's very elusive in the ring. One guy's elusive and one guy's unorthodox.
Johnson doesn't appear to be a puncher, although he had the 3 knockouts and 3 wins. But it's still early.
Cruz pretty much straight up and down, but bouncing around, showing movement early.
Johnson seems to be a little upright when he pulls back with his punches.
Cruz should just settle down just a tad bit. He looks a little excited.
Neither guy looks really warmed up.
slapping left hand by Johnson.
Chin way in the air.
His head's up, is real straight, like a European fighter almost. With bad footwork, I might add.
And pressure from Cruz.
Cruz should work the body a little. You have a guy that's orthodox that's bending back, work the body.
4 body shots with a right hand by Cruz. I thought he listened very well to you there, Brian.
Well, what do trainers get, 10%?
Uh-oh. Tony, we're going to be missing a partner in a minute
That
here.
could be shoving me off to the side. I want to see if Cruz has an uppercut in his repertoire, because he just might do some damage, because now Johnson's just bending forward just a little bit as he slaps those slap punches.
With only about a minute and a half left. With Cruz, I'm sorry, Johnson just took a deep breath.
Uppercut by Johnson. And his mouth wide open. He's breathing heavily through his mouth as Johnson.
And he
Now-
slowed up.
And Cruz switches to southpaw momentarily, but goes back.
One of the most awful styles I've ever seen in a fighter in Johnson. Arms down, legs wide apart, chin out there.
But you know what? We shouldn't complain because he told you. He doesn't even know what he's going to do.
I believe that.
He's all over the place. Another deep breath.
Just walking
Yeah,
backwards.
look at where the punches are coming from.
If he landed a good punch, it's not going to do anything.
Cruz is breathing with the mouth wide open as well, but he's been pressing the attack in this first round.
A little excited.
All right, Doc. All right, listen to me. Listen to me. You're doing all right, but I want you to do better.
There you see Cruz just coming forward. He's the aggressor. Johnson's just backing up, trying to get away, trying to throw some slap punches. You see Cruz just winning the round by throwing punches, coming forward. Johnson just hanging in there, surviving.
You know, Brian, you wonder what Johnson's strategy is when he fights like that, just circles around, throwing backhanded punches.
I feel, Doc.
Well, normally you would think that a guy's just filling out his opponent, but that wasn't a filling out round.
And now you're going to get the second win. I need that power shot. Close your hands. Close your hands. Your son's watching. Right? All right.
Brother,
Don't look
brother.
bad for him. Let's not look for him. Okay, let's go.
Round 2 scheduled for 4. Kevin Cruz in the black trunks, Darian Johnson in the gold trunks.
And as you seen in the highlight, the keys to the last round, Cruz just stayed aggressive and he kept his hands in.
Oh, good right hand got in by Johnson.
Just wondering how he bothered to knock anybody out. I guess he just lulls you into another right hand lance. Just lulls you into a sense of security, and then he nails you.
He's winging the rights. He threw an uppercut. I think that's the key, Tony, that for Cruz, he can't get overconfident here because one big punch could do a lot of damage.
He needs to come in behind that jab he was telling me about, which I don't see too much of it.
Johnson holding the rope with one hand gets a caution from referee David Fields.
Johnson just, I've never seen a guy, look at him, he's just, looks like he's hurt already and he hasn't been hit.
And Cruz keeps pressing and throwing.
Just work the body and then bring it upstairs. There's that sneak right hand
Yeah.
again. That's all he's got.
I think that's the one thing Cruz has to be concerned about. He's gotten hit with a couple of good right hands, Brian.
Right, you're right. And I think that was the key. You know, Johnson tried to lull him into a false security and then land, you know, sneaky right hands. The right hands that you don't see, punches that hurt. He's very unorthodox, though, very. Leaps in with punches.
Caution to bring the punches up as he hit just on the belt line.
Were those pants always hanging down below his trunk? I don't remember those.
And Cruz's right eye is swelling a little.
Left eye is something underneath too, I think.
Good combination by Cruz.
Johnson took it well, though. Oh, nice right hand. Short right hand.
It's almost as if Johnson is a marionette on a string. He gets hit and he jerks around, but he just comes right back there.
Oh, nice overhand right.
See, now Cruz, in my opinion, Cruz should never have been hit with that overhand right. It was so slow, and yet Cruz never saw it.
That's the type of punch where you can't believe a guy's about to throw it. When you get hit with it.
Both guys mouth wide open, which is not a good sign.
But you know what I noticed here? Johnson has snap in his punches there. First round was all arm punches. This round he got a little snap in his punches. Good round.
How you doing? How you feel?
There you see Johnson holding on to the ropes, fighting with one hand, and just throws strange punch. Cruz just comes in, had a big right hand in that round. Sneaky little punch in there. Gets Johnson as he's trying to get away from him.
Cruz stays busy, but he takes a lot of shots.
Yes.
Defense needs to be a little tighter. Works the body, goes up to the head, overhand right. Cruz, you're right, Sam, he's busy, but he shouldn't be getting hit.
I got you, pal. I got you, Doc. Open up.
You gotta be like a little Joe Frazier. Come on, bro.
Martin Snow, the trainer in the corner of Kevin Cruz, working on the swelling under the left eye of Kevin Cruz. Round 3, scheduled for 4, and both men breathing heavily.
But I want to say Cruz don't have good defense. It's just the style of Johnson. It's hard to really keep a tight defense when a guy's moving back, he's on the left, he's on the right. It's hard to keep a tight defense.
But he could keep those hands up just a bit. See, you don't need to drop your hands with a guy who has stung you with a right hand a couple of times.
No, I agree. Maybe he's trying to lure Johnson into that full security.
Johnson moving around. Cruz sensing an opening, trying to press it here.
Johnson kind of drifting into southpaw and orthodox back and forth, as is Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz the same way. Now he switches back, and now there's swelling under both eyes of Kevin Cruz.
He's still the aggressor, though. Pretty good pressure. But he's letting his hands go as he's moving forward.
See, he's fine. He stays busy. Cruz does. I just think that there isn't a reason for him to take that many punches.
And you know what? He really hasn't taken that many, but with his face swelling up like that, that's not a good sign either.
But he took clean shots when he did get hit. They were solid and clean, like that. Left foot.
Johnson takes a deep breath. I think Johnson's got to be happy it's only a 4-round bout. Glancing left hook landed by Cruz.
I don't understand why Cruz turned southpaw.
And I don't understand why Cruz is fighting like Johnson, throwing those wide slapping punches.
And Cruz pressing, but as Tony mentioned, throwing a lot of wild punches and expending a lot of energy.
That's a learning process when you only have 2 professional bouts. Learning process.
I think he should keep the one style. I don't know if southpaw or orthodox going to work against this guy.
As I mentioned, Cruz is a much better fighter than this. I've seen the guy work out before.
Now right here, he's at his best.
Got him right in front of him.
He's just throwing punches nonstop.
And you wonder if Johnson's game plan is to take a lot of shots, tire him out, and then throw one shot.
And now Cruz gets into that mode again. Arms down, switching sides. End of round 3.
Cruz applying the pressure, trying to get a nice combination in there. Nice little left hook over the top. Just right in front of him. This is Cruz's best round. Has his man right in front of him, throws a lot of punches. Should stay to the body, though. Got the opening because the body's right there. There's the end of the round. Cruz on the right, just getting those shots in there. Johnson just standing there, taking shots after shots.
Go to the body, up to the head.
Kevin, try to cut the ring and go to that body.
All right. Listen, keep the pressure on him. Don't step back. Keep pressure on him. Keep pressure on him. I got you. Last round, Doc.
I slapped you to wake you up. You right? Get you back. Let's go. All right, you got it, man. Got your second win now.
Touchdown.
Fourth and final round, light heavyweights. Kevin Cruz in the black trunks, Darian Johnson in the gold. Scorecards, guys, all for Kevin Cruz.
Got Cruz up 30-27.
Same score here. I would like to fight with you on this, Tony, but I can't.
Come on, man. You make me look like an amateur. Let's
And
go.
now a problem for Darian Johnson. He came out without a mouthpiece.
Just the mouthpiece, Sam, that's all.
And that's the corner's fault because he left the corner without it. Somebody had it there.
Yeah. And he's not the only one over there who's unorthodox.
Well, his corner probably figured he's not fighting, so what the heck.
No.
Nice body shot by Johnson. Ooh, nice short right hand.
I mean, every once in a while he drops some punches and you say, oh man, he's got some stuff here.
Fighting in spurts. Hoping the guy drop on one of them shots.
It's a hard way to earn a living, taking a lot of punishment for one shot. A lot of guys do that, but they're a lot busier than this.
The mystery of switching to southpaw for Kevin Cruz.
Yeah, I would like to see Cruz bring his knees on the inside and just work the body, dig the body. Johnson ready to fall over with a couple body shots. Cruz's head hunting.
Cruz has been busy throughout. He's taken a few shots, but has not been hurt. And Johnson, very tired, swung, missed, and nearly fell over the ropes.
He's just out of gas, but you still have to be wary about that right hand of his. And I would think that Cruz would just do some good shots to the body. He just might drop him with that alone.
Yeah, but he's still winging his spurt. He's dead tired.
Yeah.
Dead tired. He's still got less than a minute.
See, a veteran would go to the body. Cruz with 2 fights is still trying to get the knockout through the head.
And trust me, I know from experience, a minute can seem like 7 minutes in there when you're tired.
Cruz doesn't seem to have the big power punches, but he's maintained a real good pace.
A lot of punches, spurts all the way through. Too much clowning, though.
But watch that sneaky overhand right.
The guy with some power would have dropped him already. He's got to just keep those hands up. The way Johnson turns his back, he's going to get hit behind the head one day. That's not good.
Final seconds of the bout.
When Johnson missed, he missed.
Big time. And a flurry and a good finish by Kevin Cruz. Darian Johnson holding on, saying, Kevin, hold me up a little bit. Well, for Kevin Cruz, some good things, but yet a lot of work to be done.
Inexperienced, third professional bout. I'm quite sure he's going to learn a lot from this bout.
He also needs to pick a style. So going back and forth, southpaw. Even the guys unorthodox, keep to one style. Work that. It's not like you have 14 fights and you're trying something different. This is only your third fight. So we don't know based on this, but what is he? Is he an orthodox fighter? Is he a southpaw trying to learn how to fight southpaw? Takes away from what he's trying to accomplish.
And for Johnson, we see him there, still looking fatigued. That bell was sweet music to his ears, that final bell.
Johnson, the journeyman.
As we see, speaking of fatigue, here goes Johnson. When he misses badly. He relaxed on the rope for a second. Just thankful Cruz didn't press the action.
That's not even a textbook punch. That's the punch in that video that says "Do not do this."
And you can clearly see the fatigue on his face.
Yeah, and it started early. The journeyman opponent from Louisville, Kevin Cruz, the unbeaten young man who's now making his home in New York and hoping to make a rise in the light heavyweight division. Off to a good start, 3-0, but he needs a lot of work.
Yes, he does.
This is his first bout since February, but a good performance.
You hear my voice on this?
Nasty swelling under the right eye.
And they went right after him, Cruz in the black trunks, just throwing punches, and Johnson with that unorthodox style of his, every once in a while landing a good shot in there from out of nowhere. Kevin Cruz kept coming forward, kept putting on the pressure, took away from him by fighting orthodox. You see him getting nailed a little bit. There he is fighting southpaw for I don't know why. But he just pounded away at Johnson. Johnson really never had anything but one sneaky right hand. He threw maybe 4 or 5 times.
Let's get the official decision from ring announcer Greg Dubin.
After 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. But first, a round of applause for the Warriors. Judge John McKay has it 40-35. Fred Uchi 40-36, and Bob Gilson 40-35 for the winner by way of unanimous decision, Kevin Cruz.
Unanimous decision for Kevin Cruz. He'll certainly be happy with a win, but knows there's a lot more work to be done.
He should know there's a lot more work to be done.
Kevin Cruz, unanimous decision victory, and still to come on Broadway Boxing, our main event featuring junior welterweights Dimitri Salita and Paul Delgado.
You are sitting in the 100 section and you have tickets